I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Welcome! Welcome back, guys!
Oh
We're
my
together again!
Together again.
Yes. Together again. Ebone and DJ. Those are fun names in a panel together.
LA, DJ, Ebone. Yes! I love it all.
How's it going, guys? It's Tuesday. It feels like it should be Thursday, and
I'm definitely ready for the weekend
all
already.
those memes about January feeling like it was 5 years, I kind of agree.
Yeah, I can't believe we're actually still in January. This is like the longest month ever. That's weird.
And of course, watching Siesta Key just makes me want summer even more. We are talking about episode 4, guys.
Wow.
Overall thoughts on this episode?
Ooh, man. What are my thoughts on this episode?
Right.
I mean, things did get real interesting in the end. I was like, oh my gosh, here we go. And then boom, it just ended.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this episode was interesting. Of course, we do have like the same drama that we've been discussing for the past other three episodes. So, I mean, it wasn't anything new. We did, again, like she said, it got interesting on the boat.
Yeah.
We threw another X in there. We threw a fight. We threw some extra drama, of course. So that part did get interesting. But for the most part, it's been like the same consistent drama.
Yeah. It was kind of I feel like it was like a filler episode. We got a little bit of pieces to end and coattail drama that we wanted to put away and then start up again. But let's kick it off with Juliette's own drama. So she's starting this new job, and she's making it such a big deal that this is like starting her career, and she's really excited about it. But then hasn't even told her boss that she was going to take a week off. I'm just so confused by this, because usually when I know she just found out, but you shouldn't be telling them on the first day, which made me feel like this was just bad acting.
Yeah.
I feel like it was just, I was watching like someone trying to act. So do you guys think that this was something that you feel was forced by the producers, or was it kind of more of a natural Juliette didn't know how to approach the situation?
Oh yeah, it was definitely forced. It just felt, I don't know, just the scene between her and her boss, and even her boss just being in on this. I'm like, I don't know, something's just really off and not real about this. And you know, I was trying to look beyond or just aside from the whole scripted situation and just being like, you know, if this was real, I'd be like, yo, Juliette, your career first.
Right.
But, you know, she's just so love-struck. Yeah, girl.
You guys, I have to disagree.
Really?
I have to disagree. I really do. Listen, I feel like the whole scene, I don't know if it was acting. I mean, I do feel like Juliette has always been kind of awkward and always like, I don't know what to do. My God, I don't know what to do. Like, I feel like she's always like that. So that's not a new characteristic of hers. But I would say if I was Juliette, I'm going to Greece. I'm not going to lie. Listen, I do think that she should have told her boss as soon as she found out. Yeah. Because it looked like she found out like episode 2. Yeah. And then is now just telling her boss when like they already had started work. So like then it looks weird and doesn't look up front, because at the end of the day, it's a vacation. Number 2, it was a gift, a graduation gift. And I do feel like Courtney, her boss, should have been more. I mean, I get it. She has a business to run, so, like, I get that, but.
And it's, like, bad timing because it's a new. But it is, I was thinking in my head, like, well, wouldn't you just tell this to your boss before you started and then it's not a big deal? Because usually you start any job and you tell them your vacation days beforehand. They're like, great, got
Anything
cool.
you already have planned. I mean, it's already paid for. I don't think that he should lose out on hotels, trips, dinner, if he really had all that planned.
Right.
I mean, because that sounds like a guy planning out all that for a week. I mean, that doesn't really sound like.
It sounded a lot.
Any guy I've dated, but, you know.
To be honest, though, I was
like crazy.
I was kind of impressed with Juliette being like, "Well, we'll do the marketing for you. We'll take pictures." I was like, "Well, that's actually not a bad idea."
Yeah, I mean, you'd have gorgeous photos for Instagram, and he's like the professional Instagrammer,
right?
Yeah. Right.
So, to be fair, on the counteract of what I was saying earlier, it's not a bad marketing ploy. Like,
and she came up with some solutions.
Yeah,
good for you, Julia.
I think that was a good spot. What I will say is when she did go to sit down with her boss and talk to her about the possible vacation and leaving for a couple days, I was not expecting her to bring up the whole punching situation.
Oh, me either.
Yeah, that caught me off guard. I was like, oh, So I was like, yeah, that's another interesting thing that happened in the episode.
Yeah.
When she mentioned that, I was like, oh my gosh, yo, Juliette, how are you going to come back from that? Ooh.
Right.
Because, I mean, that looks
bad.
terrible on you. It looks terrible to your boss. I mean, how do you
Yeah.
explain yourself? Even if you're like, oh, I'm so sorry for my actions. Like, how do you explain, oh, yeah, I got mad, I was drunk, and I punched a girl in the head.
Right.
Like, how does that even, that doesn't look good at all.
Right. But it's also kind of leads me to the question of, okay, so what's happening now? Like, is Chloe still pressing charges? Is this still up in the air? Obviously, we ended last episode. We don't have a conclusion on it.
Right.
You know, like, Chloe kind of got her apology, but Chloe kind of was holding it above her head. So I'm wondering if they're going to close the loop on that, or if we're just kind of supposed to, like, it's dust to the wind now. Chloe got her apology. We're over it. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Well, I mean, I don't really feel like they had any interaction this episode.
No.
So it's hard to really say, like, what the conclusion is on that. I don't feel like it's over.
Yeah.
I
Right.
feel like there'll still be some other drama and some more tips. It'll be brought up again for sure. I don't know how long after you file a police report, like how long do you have to like
Go
to
through
press
with it?
charges before
know.
it becomes like
That's a good question.
invalid?
Yeah.
That's
Alright.
a good question. We'll have to look that up.
Somebody tell us.
Yeah, please let us know.
And does her boss know about those possible charges or anything?
It
or...
sounded like it was more like gossip going around town because I think these were her friends that she's working with, and clearly I'm not sure what relation of her boss is her friend. You know what I mean?
Because they
Like,
said Juliette's friend when she got out of the car.
Right.
So it was like, but I mean, she was really tough on her. So it's almost like, are you really her friend? Because
Right.
you were really like, I mean, she was boss lady for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, Juliette decides to go to Greece, so
Can't blame
Ebone's
her.
on board. But Robby is trying to convince her that she needs to cut Amanda and Chloe out completely. I just feel like this is a little bit manipulative. It just felt a little weird to me that it's like, cut all your friends out and we're going on a vacation and we're not going to talk to them. Like, I feel like you need to be more supportive of the fact that, like, she's kind of dealing with a pretty serious situation. And I feel like he never wants to listen. He just kind of wants to spew his quote-unquote knowledge to her and what he thinks is right.
Honestly, I feel like Rob purposely and loves being an a-hole. Honestly, it's just so weird and it's unreal. Like he's literally saying and doing all the things that, you know, you're not supposed to do as a supposedly supportive, loving boyfriend. I mean, he's like, oh, cut off all those relationships. I mean, those are her friends. They were her friends for years.
Right,
like you don't just
before they
cut them
met.
off. Exactly. I mean, obviously Robbie has his motives, and I just don't trust him. He's just all wrong.
Yeah, I mean,
very
I don't know. I
selfish.
kind of have to take a different side again, you guys.
Girl,
I know. What is
girl,
going on? What is
what?
going on tonight? But this is my thing. As a boyfriend, I don't like Robbie.
Yeah.
That's clear, right? I don't feel like he's handling situations maturely, correctly, whatever. He's an opportunist. However, I do feel like as a boyfriend, you hopefully would want the best for your partner.
Right.
And so he sees that this relationship, all the relationships are
It's
pretty
toxic.
very toxic. I mean, for all the girls, period. I don't think they should be friends, period. I think they're all very toxic to each other. But I mean, I don't think it's wrong for Robbie to kind of be like, yeah, maybe maybe you should check the friends that you're with.
Yeah.
Like, maybe these are not the girls you need to be calling your
Right.
friends. If they clearly don't have your back, you're arguing at a party, whatever. So, in a way, there's a different way to say it. Not like
Right.
cut everyone off. I'm the best. Let's go on this vacation. But just to be like, yeah, like maybe you should do a checklist of your friends and see where you can place them.
Yeah. No, I think that's a great advice. And I think that's something that, like, maybe after this trip, she'll maybe find out where her thoughts lie. But
You know,
we'll have to-
Juliette's all over the place.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But what is interesting is Alex is fully back in the picture. Him and Chloe are hitting it off, best friends as ever. And they're also kind of, you know, talking about the whole Juliette situation. Obviously, you know, I love Chloe and I'm a fan of her, but what I wasn't really a fan of this episode is that she was really playing two fiddles to the middle. You know, she's talking about Juliette, she's talking about Cara, and she always talks about, like, what I respect about her, she always tells truths when they're needed to be heard, but there were some things that didn't need to be heard in this conversation with Alex. Do you agree?
100%. I mean, this is what I'm saying. It's like, you like Chloe, Allie. I feel like she's messy. And that's exactly why, because she's telling too much information. And if you're supposed to be friends with these girls, that's not your position or place to say whether or not Cara was cheating on her man with somebody else.
And that's the thing too,
especially to Alex.
Right.
Like,
and
that's
the
my
thing about like cheating is that unless you have facts, you should never say someone's cheating unless you fully 100% know.
Saw it.
Because what she said was every time I called her, she didn't answer, so I just assume. You can't assume that someone's cheating and then say no, they're cheating. Like that's not.
Yeah, maybe she was just busy.
Right.
Maybe she was with her family. Maybe she was working. Like, dang.
So I just feel like you shouldn't ever assume something and then present that as knowledge.
Yeah, absolutely. No, totally. So it's like it's not even factual. Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree because, like, I feel like Chloe. I mean, I'm always Team Chloe, and I feel like in the last couple. I mean, yeah, but I feel like I will say in the last couple episodes, she was worrying me a little bit. I feel like she is the instigator in the group, like, because she knows too much information or assumptions, and the fact that she played it out like, oh, I assume that she's cheating because, like you said, she said she wasn't answering, Cara wasn't answering her phone or whatever, and kind of spitting out that information as factual. Obviously, it's someone like Alex who. That's why they get along, I feel, because I think they're both instigators.
Messy. Messy.
They're really messy. Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, I mean, hey, and now craziness, but they're getting in business together.
Oh,
I would have
fights
never,
at the bars every night.
I would have never in a million years thought that they would be basically owning a bar together. Obviously, like Chloe said, I'll be doing all the work and you're the owner. But, I mean, I just find this to be kind of a wild partnership.
I love that the dad called it out, though. And was like, are you guys sure this is a good idea? Last time I saw you yelling at him, My thing is just, like, with their partnership, because Alex is the boss and he already has this, like, sense of entitlement, rich boy, whatever, Chloe working under him could get messy. Like, you need to do this or you're not doing this. She's the manager. You are now responsible for the bar succeeding, not succeeding. She has great ideas, but I mean, all that pressure's on you. So imagine who's going to have to come down on you, Alex.
Yeah. Or even Alex's dad. Like,
that's not going to look good.
Yeah, that could be a really sticky situation for the both of them. But I don't know. Obviously, we talk about these things, but we don't know these people in real life. We're just kind of talking about what we see in this show and, like, what they're presenting to us.
Right.
But it is kind of frustrating because you're just like, don't be saying that stuff and then bringing drama to the boat days.
Exactly.
Speaking of other dramas, we've got some more exes thrown into the mix of everything. So Amanda and Brandon aren't in the clear just yet because Madison, was trying to douse a little bit of jealousy in there, which kind of ruffled some feathers. And now Amanda's got an ex in the mix. I don't think this is going away. This is only just the beginning.
Like, where did he even come from? Like, JJ, all of a sudden, Amanda's ex. I'm like, they just love just bringing exes into the group. Like, this is crazy.
Well, and it was funny when it's funny because Jared and Kelsey right now are the most normal people because they just sat back and watched.
Yeah. Right.
But they were like, well, why not? I mean, literally that entire boat is just people that used to date each other.
Which is something he said, and I thought that was funny. He's like, oh, we're all exes anyway. Didn't think it was a big deal. And I was like,
It's true.
So, like, put the nail in the hammer right there. With the hammer on the nail, what is it?
The nail in the coffin?
Whatever. Yep, that. Whatever it is, that's what you did. Whatever that cliche is.
Needle in the haystack? I have no idea. Whatever. One of those.
But, yeah, so, I mean, and it's just interesting, all these, these relationships that just ended in infidelity. And, even Madison and Brandon are one of them. So it's like, when are they going to learn?
Right.
Get a better guy. Just stop also hanging out with your exes and go hang out with some other people.
Yeah, like, get a new friend group. That's when they all dated each other. It's, like, so toxic.
It's very weird.
It's so ridiculous.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that Amanda and, what's her name? Madison. They kind of figured out their little beef over the Brandon thing, because really it wasn't Madison's place to say anything.
I think it was just a little bit of immediate, initial jealousy because you're missing your boyfriend. You're also realizing, crap, I could have had that and had fun this summer, but I can't. It's
but I think
you want what you can't have.
That's that immaturity of the girls,
right.
Because at the end of the day, you already knew that Ish had to work. Your boyfriend is far away. Like I said, go visit him. But I think that's that immaturity thing, because at the end of the day, this is your time to hang out with your friends, have a good time, FaceTime him when you can, and just it is what it is.
And that's what Ish was talking about over their FaceTime, because I feel like Madison, I don't know, I guess maybe because she's just still young and just trying to figure things out and still trying to build up that self-confidence or whatever.
Right.
And you could see there was such a difference of a maturity levels between Ish, obviously, and Madison. And, even Ish was saying, just focus on yourself. Enjoy your friends. Enjoy your summer. But she's like, I know, but I need you by me physically. So I feel like I can do anything. Like, girl, you ain't need no man to do anything.
No,
like,
man.
girl, do it yourself. You got this, Madison.
By the way, when she was first FaceTiming him and they had the camera on him, I thought that was her dad at first.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding.
Me too.
I was like, who is this old man? And then I was like, oh, that's right.
Oops,
That's
yeah.
right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah. But what I will say is mature is that's the first conversation we've seen two people that have started in a, like, well, this is something I didn't like. Okay, well, I apologize. Okay, great. We're resolved. Cheers to that. That's the first conversation we've ever seen that has not gone hostile.
Right.
Like,
That's
of
so true.
an issue. So I was like, kudos to them.
Right. We're not
we
being
can
violent.
get one. Yeah, no violence there. So I was excited about them for keeping their cool. But someone that needs to learn to keep their cool is Cara.
Girl.
You guys.
She kind of went from one end of the spectrum to the next. Like, it was like at first she was introduced to the show. She was very chill, whatever. But, like, this end of the episode, she just kind of went off on Alex. Do you feel like, this was warranted because he's saying things he doesn't know? And do you think she maybe knows that he, like, you know what I mean? I think she knows that Chloe said it maybe. And so she wants to pull out that information so then she can be like facts and receipts.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, honestly, if she's getting this emotional, they always say it. If you get this emotional over a supposed lie or whatever, then maybe there is some truth to it.
True.
So,
Totally.
and Cara does have history of cheating on her exes or whatever.
All of them.
Literally all of them. She admitted it. So, the fact that she's going off on 100, 1,000 on the boat, like, I felt like the boat was like sinking. Like, her energy was just like all over the place. But yeah, I don't know if it's either it's true or the fact that maybe she feels, or both, she feels that Chloe, she has to know that Chloe is the one that told Alex because she didn't tell anybody else supposedly, and she knows Alex and Chloe are close. So I guess maybe she just feels a little bit more upset and emotional the fact that who she thought was her closest friend betrays her trust or her secrets or whatever.
Two things really quick I want to say is that one, it's like I think maybe she also got so frustrated because she knows Alex just says things to say things because he does do that a lot just to stir the pot. And so I think she was just getting really aggravated. They've obviously been drinking all day. But second thing is, didn't they mention that Garrett broke up with her the moment she got to Jersey?
Right.
So I'm like,
So then it wouldn't be cheating.
So then it wouldn't be
That's so
cheating.
true.
No one was dating when this happened.
Yeah.
Maybe she was trying to fill her void with her, like, remember she said it was such a shock to the system that you broke up with me. So, so
was it though? That's what
Yeah.
Like, we talked about this last season. She literally was like, oh my God, don't touch my leg. Oh my God. And,
Yeah.
it was like, you didn't even seem interested. So, of course, I mean, he broke up with you and you're like, we were on the top. We were a power couple. And you broke up with us. And I was like, what?
But yeah, so anyways, first of all, that's why I was very confused. Like, well, the moment you got to New Jersey, apparently he broke up with you. So
Right.
then there
That's
was
right.
no room for cheating to be had.
Right. And she's
So-
like, he's the only one that I loved and this and
Yeah.
the third. And I thought the dynamic was interesting because Alex is on this boat and he's like flirting with Cara and thinks
Yeah.
that she's so like, oh my God. And he just likes the attention that she's giving
yeah.
him. And so the moment that she even starts defending her relationship with Garrett, he of course has to start the drama
Yeah.
because the attention wasn't on him.
Uh-huh.
So that he could bring it back and just stir the pot. So I was like, you were so,
So true.
messy.
Yeah.
So freaking true. Oh man, all of them are all over the place, crazy, but we love it.
I know.
That's
right?
why
That's why we
show.
watch.
That's why we're watching.
I think that kind of wraps up this episode. I feel like we're gonna get into a lot more drama and craziness next episode. So let's get into some quick news and gossip. We didn't have too much, but if you guys just go check out their Instagrams, like I've mentioned. Garrett and Kelsey have been very friendly to each other in the comments on their Instagrams, but I think I've also noticed that they've definitely taken a turn to just be friends now, as we saw in this episode. Like,
Yeah.
I think they're just supportive of each other, and I think that maybe just like Kelsey was just maybe being protective. I don't know. I don't think it was jealousy, but I don't know. I've seen a couple of them comment back and forth, and obviously the support over the photo when, she was proving that she did graduate high school.
You
That whole thing.
Yeah, good for them. I mean, I think that definitely shows great
Mature-
maturity
yeah,
between them, especially
Yeah.
Kelsey of all people. But yeah.
You have such a history when you date someone that,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes you just realize that you're better as friends.
Yeah.
But I did find it funny that the whole episode.
It was like she kept bringing it up. Just let it go, bro.
I know. Kara's like, I graduated high school. I was like, do you want
So
a
did-
gold star? Do you
Like,
want a gold star for
Doesn't
graduation?
everybody graduate? Like, it's like,
Like high school, woo.
Like,
Great.
oh
Good
my
for you.
word. It was like, that is like the basics of like what you need to do. Like, what? Like,
yeah.
just like,
much.
it was too much. I was just
too
like, the
much.
whole episode, she was just like, I graduated high school like anyone else. Like, I did it before anyone else. Like, just on and on and on,
Yeah.
as if she had like a.
An
like, I-
extra, yeah, something
like,
extra.
oh, she got her PhD. Now that's something to really brag about.
Right.
High school, guys. High school.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
It
my
was-
gosh.
I
Yeah.
know.
Well, definitely check out. There's a lot that goes on in those comments. It's a lot of fun to look at. So make sure you go over and follow them. They're very entertaining. Alrighty, our special segment, guys. I'm gonna let Ebone take this one away.
Okay, so here we are with our special segment. Who needs to be reality checked?
Oh
Okay.
my gosh.
So do you
Ooh.
guys have your checks?
Yes,
Yeah.
I got
Oh,
them.
you are.
I feel like we're all gonna like
Dang,
say it.
that was
right?
so fast. Okay,
We're
so
all
do we
thinking
want
it.
to say it on
You know what's-
three?
Okay, it's
Yeah.
funny because I actually now I'm like, ooh, I have two.
Okay, say the first one first. Okay, we're gonna
Okay.
say it on three. We're gonna count it down. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Juliette.
Cara.
You said who? What did you say?
Juliette. Well, I mean, that's every episode.
Right.
That's life.
I really thought we were all on the same page.
I was. It was
You
my
said Cara
last.
too, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I was gonna say Cara.
What?
I was going to say Cara, but then I last minute thought that Juliette needed to be reality checked because she needed to figure out like where her priorities lie. Like if it's Robby, great, take hold of that, go on the vacation, and don't look back. But then if it's your job, take a hold of that and be like, no, I'm gonna do this. Like I just felt like she needed a reality check in that moment to be like, you need to really figure out where your priorities are lying in the situation.
But I mean, is it like a conversation of priorities, or is it a conversation of just like bad timing? I don't know, because I feel like you can do like.
Okay, you're right.
I don't know. Like if
No,
your
you're
man,
right, because-
this is what I'm saying. If you graduated college or high school or whatever, and your man
he
was
bought me
like,
a trip.
"Here's a trip to
That's
Greece."
non-refundable.
That's non-refundable,
Okay,
and
you're
I
right.
did it because he did it because he was trying to be thoughtful
Yeah.
and didn't, the job was obviously not even like a question at that time and moment, or maybe
You're right.
it was.
You know what? If I graduated college, my brain then and like I would have chosen the vacation.
Yeah, because it's like I'm excited.
Because then you can
I'm
come back and
done.
get a job.
Yeah,
That's true.
and
yeah.
it's like
Okay,
that's
you're
her
right. I
friend.
was wrong.
No.
So she
I
ruined our
admit
moment.
defeat. Anyway, so Cara, yes, reality check.
Cara.
I think she also the things that she says. I think my reason for reality checked on Cara is that the things she says are just very rude, and it's not like it's just I don't know, the words she say are just so mean and harsh. It's not just like, oh, they're annoying. It's literally talking about someone's character, which takes
Yeah.
it to another level.
She
and I
definitely,
think
yeah.
that this whole blow up was not necessary.
Yeah.
She definitely has a mouth on her for sure. Even Alex said it. He likes her like spicy, like comebacks and all that.
Yeah.
But
Does
it
he,
came to
though?
the point. It came to the point where it was just like, okay, now you're being really rude and
Yeah.
disrespectful because she like fights. She fights with her words.
Yeah.
And like that cuts like hard. And the fact that even the producers, anytime a producers has to get involved, like every time when I see those little captions like producer says, "Oh, Cara, wait," or whatever, it's like, okay, now it's getting really serious. Like she went off.
Yeah.
Right.
But I mean, I feel for her because it is kind of, that's when you realize, oh my gosh, now this is on television. Now what are they going to spin of it? Like, that is stressful.
On top of that, like you're sitting on a boat with your supposed friends and this guy that you're trying to flirt with, and he's talking about like, oh, you've cheated.
Right,
So like,
like,
that
that's-
doesn't feel good.
No.
And you're
it's-
trying to defend your position against like the people on the boat because that's
Right,
embarrassing.
that is embarrassing, especially if you know you didn't do it, which technically if you do facts and a receipt check, they weren't dating. So
Right.
like,
Right.
but that's also the thing too, is it's like, get your facts straight before you're telling somebody something like that. And also, why is it ever necessary to throw something like that in someone's face? Like,
Right.
well, you did this, and it's like, okay, well, leave me alone. Whatever. If I made mistakes in my past, whatever, we're here in the moment now. Let's just have fun.
Right. I mean,
I think
she
they
didn't
all-
cheat on Alex, did she? Weren't they
No,
more
I think
like
they
a-
all talked about cheating on.
Yeah.
Like, I think he cheated on her, she cheated on him.
Oh,
Like, they
okay.
just kind of were like, whatever.
Now that I think about it, I guess I could definitely understand like the reason why she went off like
Yeah.
that, because I don't, I kind of try to block out the fact that it's on TV and things that they're saying are like obviously thousands,
Right.
millions of people are watching.
I know. I
So
always
the
just
fact-
think of it as like a scripted show.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
These are things that are like.
So if there's truth to it, or if it's not true at all, then, I'd probably get upset to the fact that you're saying this live on camera. This is taped. This is going to be shown out to the world. And you guys and what she mentioned, she kept on saying slandering.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I felt for her. Now that I think about it, I'm just like, you know what? Yeah.
I mean, and plus she kind of already admitted to her mistakes of like if she did have cheated on
Right, she
Garrett,
would've just
she would have
said
said
it.
it
Yeah.
because she already was like, yeah, I cheated on every single boyfriend. Like that's not a secret, nor is she
Right.
ashamed about that. So it's kind of like it seems like if it was true, she would have
Yeah.
admitted it,
And
admitted to it.
I agree, and I think there's something maybe that was said last season that really hurt her, and maybe this kind of like brought her back to that moment of being like, oh, here we go again, So I mean, obviously, all of them, have different situations and different triggers for different things, and I can totally understand why she felt that way. And it's like, I don't know if alcohol was involved or whatever, but that is. If somebody's saying something about you that's not true and they won't give it up, like, just stop talking, Alex. Like, but, like, if they won't, I don't know. Maybe we need to be reality checked because now we're thinking about it twice.
No, yeah, I know, huh?
Yeah.
We did say
Yeah.
Cara, and now we're taking it back.
Yeah, we all take it back.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Sorry, Cara.
Yeah. Let's get into some predictions, guys.
AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Alrighty. How about I kick it off?
Okay.
I think that Jared and Kelsey are actually gonna like become something. Like, I think that they have what seems to be the start of a really strong relationship because they're kind of building a friendship first, and I think they're gonna really bond over being with these friends and realizing how kind of crazy they can all get and just kind of sip their tea and watch. I just think they're gonna build this strong friendship and relationship a little bit off of it. And then I also think there's going to be something that goes south between Chloe and Alex in this partnership.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Ooh,
Like,
yeah.
yeah. But like I said, guys, we don't know these people. We're only talking about what we see on TV. So it's not personal. It's just what we're seeing.
Yeah. All right. It's business.
Yeah, I think Cara is actually going to come back to the Siesta Key. I mean, they say she's supposedly leaving, but maybe it's only going to be for like 2 days, and then she's just probably going to be like coming back and be like, all right, I had a change of heart or whatever.
Yeah, okay. Well, then I feel like this Juliette and Chloe situation has to come to a head. So I feel like there's going to be more drama with this. We're going to see. I feel like I don't think she's going to press charges. I think I've stated that before.
Yeah.
I don't. Not that the situation isn't serious, but I just don't see this friend group doing that.
Yeah.
But I do feel like it'll get brought up again.
Yeah.
Thrown up in her face again for sure.
Agreed. Man. So much drama to be had.
Whew.
So little time.
Oh man, seriously.
Well, guys, we will see you next Tuesday. Same place, same time. Ebone, where can they find you on social media in the meantime?
Yes, you can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Ebone Chatman 12.
And you guys can find me, DJ, on Instagram at DJ_Beaulieu.
And hey guys, Allie Nasta here. Find me on Instagram at AllieGirl. And of course, follow AfterBuzz TV on all social media platforms. We will see you next week. Bye guys.
Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.